We got the rate cut. It happened. Not a surprise. At one point, there was a 92% chance of this cut happening today. So it was very much baked in. Okay. This was absolutely going to happen. There was a very small chance of a hold today. And honestly, what do I think about it? I don't think very much will change, other than it'll get some people off the sidelines. But do I think it's going to change the whole direction of the real estate market to go back up? Absolutely not. There are so many factors still pushing the real estate market down, from obviously the interest rates still being too high, not enough people being able to qualify because of their stagnant income and wages. And then we also do have all the uncertainty with the trade war, even though I think the media is really overblowing that more than, the past 10 years under the liberal government and what has transpired in Canada because of that. I think the whole tariff war definitely affects our economy, and it will continue to affect it. But I think it's just been such a cover up by mainstream media in terms of what's actually been happening in Canada over the last 10 years. And so I think we are now seeing the fallout of really bad policy mistakes, of really low interest rates for a long time, which encouraged massive amount of borrowing, which pushed real estate prices up so much to the point where they are now have been coming down for 3 years because they went too high. There was a lot of mortgage fraud, a lot of real estate fraud that encouraged, and a lot of speculation. People buying 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 condos for one person. Like, what do you really think will happen if you buy 10 condos in the span of a year and you use equity from each condo to buy the next one and the next one and the next one? Do you really think prices are just going to keep going up forever? That is not how markets work. That's not how cycles works, guys. These cycles, they go up and they go down, right? We are in the down cycle. We're in the cleansing part of the market. And a very good and natural part of the market is the cleansing market. It's what leads to the future and the next part of the cycle. And so, what do I think will happen now? I think nothing really changes. I think we might get some more activity because we came off such lows from last year, right? Obviously, we've seen higher sales activity, but this doesn't mean the market's going to fly up. And I don't understand the realtors in the market that just, they peddle a constant narrative of, oh, get in while, before the market takes off. This is your chance. I do not speak to my clients or anybody like this, okay? It is probably the stupidest and worst thing you could do as a realtor. And it's why people don't fucking like us anymore, guys. Like, people don't like when realtors act like fucking morons, okay? So don't act like a moron. Be honest, right? Don't just peddle the narrative that you want. Obviously, there's areas that I tell people, hey, look, this is where I think there's good deals and where you could, get great deals. Obviously, I don't think the condo market is a good place to buy. I tell people that. I tell people usually to buy something with land, so you own something with land. I tell people, look, go to Simcoe County, go to Newmarket, go to New Tecumseh, where I'm from. Go to the areas outside of the mayhem that is Toronto right now. I guess I'm not really a big fan of Toronto, even though I lived there. But I don't know. I just feel like, every time there's a rate cut, obviously I'm talking about it now, but I'm not trying to tell people, look, yeah, we got a 25 basis point rate cut. You need to now buy today or the market's going to go up next week. Like, that is such terrible advice. And don't listen to any realtor or any mortgage professional, anyone in the field who tells you that you need to make a decision right now because the market will move next week. Do not listen to that person. Move on. If you're working with someone like that, really reevaluate who you're working with based off what they're telling you and their character. So I don't know. The rate cut today was honestly expected. Not a massive deal. And again, it's the first rate cut. We never get one rate cut, one single rate cut, and then nothing. We always at least get another rate cut, at least two, possibly three. I think we're going to see three possible rate cuts by next spring. Like all the economists are saying, I think there's a chance. But again, you got to think about this. If the economy gets really bad this fall, and we're going to really monitor that, there's a chance that they do big cuts, right? And there's a chance that they do these big cuts and the economy still doesn't improve. And then what do you think they're going to do? They're going to start printing money again. They're going to start quantitative easing. They're going to devalue the monetary base further so people can pay off their debt, and so that debt gets, easier to pay off. But again, your money and our Canadian dollars become worth less and less and less, and the asset prices will probably rise from that point on. So obviously, I think real estate will go up eventually. I have no idea when. I think it's going to take a long time because things got so crazy for that period from, let's say, 2019 or 2020 to 2022, at the peak of the market in March of 2022. Things got so crazy that we needed this cleansing period, and we need this rate cutting cycle where actually things tend to get worse after rate cutting cycles too. And so I think the market will continue to struggle. Yeah, we will see maybe more activity, but we really need to watch the labor market. That's what everyone is watching. That's what I'm watching. The labor market is going to tell us a lot over the next 4 to 6 months, especially over 12 months. So I don't know. I'm not surprised at all. And I'm not going to peddle a narrative to you guys saying, the market's going to go up from here and you have to jump in, you have to buy now. It's not good advice. And don't listen to anyone who's telling you that advice.